Look, all I'm saying is if dieting worked, a lot more people would be seeing weight loss results. Hey, what's up? My name is Schuyler. I'm the founder of Reach Fat Loss and Fitness. As of recording this video, our clients have lost over 1,600 pounds sustainably. This is done without crazy workouts that leave you feel like you're gonna die. This is done without cutting out your favorite foods and while allowing you to eat like a king or like a queen. This is definitely done without taking out your phone before every meal, taking out your food scale, weighing the butter, weighing the oil, weighing the food, cooking it, logging it into your phone, and having to track every calorie and every macro. In this video, we're gonna talk about why dieting doesn't work. Now, clients of ours such as Jill, Bailey, Bob, they're all coming from the world of years of strict dieting and not seeing the results that they wanted. But once implementing what we're gonna talk about in this video, they were able to see pretty incredible results, as you can see here. So in this video, I'm gonna share why dieting doesn't work and what to do instead to see results. Now, to paint the picture of what I mean here, let me share the story of Bailey. Now, when Bailey came and joined our fat loss program, she had been on the diet train for years and years and years. She actually told me she was dieting from about 12 years old. She was extremely unhappy with the results that she had seen, and every diet she had done either did not work and took way too much effort, or it worked, but it was super unsustainable, and she ended up gaining all that weight back. And having worked with plenty of clients who have done this, I know how frustrating that can be, to put in the effort and to either not see any results, or arguably even worse, to see the results that you want, but then lose those results and end up back where you started, or even worse. I understand that there's a level of guilt, of shame, of disappointment that can be really difficult to overcome. And you may feel this, right? You hear about a new diet and you're given hope. You decide to hop on it, maybe with a friend or a coworker, and the first few weeks things start to go really well. Maybe in the first week you lose 3, 4, 5, 6 pounds, but soon things slow down. You put in a ton of effort, you get on the scale, and you don't see the results that you want. Either the scale hasn't moved, or even worse, it's gone up a little bit. And along with that, you find yourself grumpy and frustrated because you haven't even been eating the foods that you love. You've been doing things that you don't enjoy. And if that's you, look, it's not your fault. It's a cycle as old as time. It's what diet culture has taught us we have to do. But the truth is, there's 4 things that are wrong with diets. Number 1, most diets are unsustainable. It doesn't matter if they're gonna help you lose the weight. If you can't do it for the rest of your life, it is not going to work. That keto diet, that vegetarian, Weight Watchers, Octavia, all of those can get you results, but they're most likely going to be extremely unsustainable for most people. Second, diets are very strict and they don't allow for flexibility. You are not a robot. You are most likely going to struggle with eating the same things day in and day out and being forced to stick to some unsustainable plan. What happens when you have a birthday party? What happens when you have a wedding? What happens when you want to go out on a date with your loved one? If you really want these results to last, you have to find an eating system and a weight loss plan that is flexible and that works for your lifestyle and that allows you to do these things. And that goes into the third problem, which is diets cut out the things that you love. Yes, some diets can include foods that taste really good, but odds are most diets out there cut out at least one thing that you truly enjoy having. And if we take a look at this unhealthy cycle, cutting out things you love is going to feel very restrictive. And when you feel restrictive, what happens? You want to go do the thing that you're not allowed to do. And so again, if you can last for a week or a month or even a little bit longer, that's great. But if you can't last forever, what is the point? And that gets into the fourth, which wraps this all up. Diets are unsustainable. They can't last long term. Could you be a zombie? Could you be super motivated, super disciplined for a few weeks, a few months, maybe even a few years? Absolutely. But eventually that time is going to come where food is available that you really want, or you're wanting to eat during a time that you said that you can't. And usually what happens is when you make that decision to go off the diet or go off the plan, the floodgates are open and you go back to the original way you were eating. So what should you be doing instead? So like Bailey, the goal is we've got to find something that is sustainable. Bob is another really good example of this because not only did he come from the dieting world, but he came from the calorie counting world. Now the truth is, counting calories can work. It can get you results, but it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of efforts, and most of the time it's not necessary. And so Bob had lost a good amount of weight with counting calories, but he had hit a plateau and he wasn't able to bust through it. But by joining our program and using what we're about to talk about, Bob saw some amazing results as well. So what is this system? There's 2 very simple parts to this. Number 1, we want to eat real food. We want to eat food that existed 20, 30, 50 years ago. The sad truth is that 90% of ingredients in the grocery store didn't even exist. They weren't a thing 20 or 30 years ago. And so our body doesn't know what to do with them. And so when we make these small tweaks, which allows us to still eat cookies, cereals, brownies, pastas, which did exist 30 to 50 plus years ago, our body responds in a much more natural way. And then when you combine that with prioritizing protein and getting enough food, your hunger levels go down, your cravings go down, and you're able to feel like you are eating like a king or a queen, and your metabolism speeds up and you see fat loss in the process. And then as a nice bonus, if you add in real food and you start to use some form of fasting, it can really rev things up and not only help you burn more fat, but help you be less hungry in the process. And so the cool parts about this is real food doesn't cut out any type of food. You are still able to eat pretty much anything that you want. Everything's still on the menu. The second thing is, when done right, real food can taste absolutely incredible. And when you cut out the processed garbage, your taste buds change and you actually can start to enjoy the taste of real food again. And then of course, real food is very flexible depending on the environment you're in. You can get real food at restaurants, you can get real food at the grocery store. You pretty much have access to these foods anywhere you go. And so legitimately, I want you to imagine eating like a king or a queen at every single meal and loving the food that you are eating while you are simultaneously dropping weight. That is what's possible when you use this philosophy. And so if things are really clear, but you're wanting to figure out how this works for you, or maybe things aren't really clear and it's not really clicking, I wanted to offer you the opportunity to apply for a complimentary 15-minute walkthrough session. If you head down to the link below, you can apply for that. On that session, I'm going to walk you through exactly what this would look like being implemented into your life. I'll show you our exact system of how we've helped everyday people go from doing the yo-yo or struggling to lose weight to feeling confident about their weight loss plan and losing the weight sustainably. And if you grab that walkthrough session, I will also shoot you over a free copy of our supplement guide. This is going to give you the everyday supplements necessary to see incredible fat loss and muscle building results. And just remember, working with my clients is what I do full time. That is where the majority of my energy goes. So I can only open up a certain number of slots each week. So make sure when you see this, you head down to the link below and grab your slot. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. And of course, as always, make sure to eat smart, move more, sleep deep, and be grateful for this moment. I'll see you in the next video.